It's finally here, the AGI roll cage. Finally got the roll cage for the VH. Very excited. It's taken a long time to get this. It was supposed to be about 8 weeks, but it's turned into more like 14 weeks due to COVID backlog and shipping to WA. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. Ever since we've done the LS conversion, we're going a little bit faster. We knew we wanted a bit more safety in the car, so this is the next step. Let's unbox it and see what we got. So I've spent about 20 minutes undoing all the bubble wrap and finally got the cage unwrapped. And here it is, all laid out nicely on the clean garage floor at my place. Need a little bit more room, so we came to this garage here so we can do a bit of spray painting in our closed door section, and there's a little bit less junk lying around as well. So yeah, this is the roll cage we decided to go for. It's a 6-point national spec level, so we should be able to do national race events, including Bathurst if we one day make it to there. It's sort of the second best cage that they offer in terms of spec. It's only got single door bars. The next highest level does have double door bars, and that's good for pretty much rally events, which Dad and I decided we weren't going to do, even though there is a pretty popular Targa West event in Perth. We decided it's probably a little bit out of our price range and league to do that. So yeah, we went for this next best option, which should have plenty of safety options and does allow us to do door-to-door racing if we wish to in the future. Yeah, so far so good. It's got all the bolts and another bag as well of lots of missing ones that we got here. So yeah, again, the reason that we went for the bolt-in cage option was because it was a hell of a lot cheaper than the weld-in option. Weld-in, I was getting quotes of anywhere between $5,000 and $7,000, which would be a lot safer and stiffer and probably better for handling the chassis a little bit, to stiffen everything up. But this roll cage still comes approved by Motorsport Australia, which means we can do lots of events, and it was only, what was it, just under or just about $4,000, which is a hell of a lot cheaper. Plus we should be able to install it pretty quickly and not have to wait, months for a welder to do all his job. First up, we're going to paint it though, because I want a white cage just to be a little bit different. So yeah, I'm going to sand it all back and hang it up, and we'll do some spray painting in here. So it's finally roll cage install day. As you would have just seen, I've now spray painted the cage white because I wanted it to be a different colour rather than the flat black that it comes with. So yeah, it was my first go using an air compressor and spray gun. I think I did an okay job considering. Lots of overspray everywhere, made a massive mess in my garage. It came out okay. Some spots weren't completely covered, so I might have to touch those up with a brush and just live with the brush strokes. And there's a few runs here and there, but all in all I think it's a pretty good result, and it was cheaper than getting it powder coated, which was going to cost me about $800. So I think I did this for about $200 or less. We used this Rust Guard epoxy enamel paint from Bunnings, which is about 110 bucks, and then yeah, borrowed a compressor and all the gear, and yeah, we bought like a mask for about 100 bucks as well, which was good to filter out all the fumes. Yeah, so pretty keen to get this in, so let's do it. So we're getting there with the initial bolt in of the cage. The process is get the backstay on first and hook it up to the main roll hoop, and then you sort of want to push it back as far as you can, so then we can sort of mark and drill these holes here in the back of the wheel arch. So yeah, we're just getting the front legs in now as well, and then we'll be able to mark all the holes. Probably take it half apart again so we can get to drilling stuff, because we'll have to yeah, drill these holes down there. And it's pretty rigid so far. The install's gone pretty easy. We've put the cage in and marked some holes where we need to drill. We've just got sort of half of it together now, but had to remove all the front legs. So we've marked our holes. Now we've got to drill them, starting from the back first. And then yeah, we can start the process of putting the plates on the bottom and bolting it all together. Got the main hoop bar in. Now to the rest. Had to drill the holes out a bit as well, the step drill, just to make things easier. Miles away from these holes. You can see it poking out the bottom there. Well, let's get a couple bolts in. Yeah, the underside plate's on. Had to bash a lot to get it flat enough to get some threads, but we finally got there. Okay, sweet. Phew. Oh, finally getting there. It's taken all day, but yeah, a couple re-drills, but yeah, harder than I thought. We finished, finally. Took most of the day, but yeah, pretty happy with how everything turned out. Only a few holes had to be re-drilled, so that was a little bit annoying, just because everything's so tight once you bolt it together that the fronts just, you know, didn't want to sit where we had originally planned. There was a little bit too much flex before, but yeah, happy days. So, new day, new problem. Put the WRX seats back in and put the helmet on for testing, but here's a problem. She hits, there's just not enough room. I mean, yeah, if my head's back in here, it's fine, but yeah, it's definitely hitting. So any sort of suspension movement's going to make me bounce and hit my head, which is kind of a big no-no. So, what are we going to do? I think the solution is get some new seats, and we'll mount it to the floor to gain hopefully the 20mm clearance we need. So we're going to go from this seat to this seat. So the new seat is finally mounted. It's taken all day, but finally got it in. Originally I wanted to floor mount it so I could get it low as possible, but because of the eyelets for the submarine belt, which sit under there, they sit up about 20-30mm, we had to space it up. So got some box section, as you can see down there, hopefully. And yeah, so that helped space it up enough, but then still just have enough clearance. Yeah, it's not an amazing job, but it's structurally sound. So yeah, should just have enough room now. The other seat's bolted down. Happy days, let's go racing. Made it down to Barbagallo, and it's time to test out the cage, see if it makes any improvements to our track time. So yeah, just past scrutineering and ready to go. So we got VH Fury on the scales with the new roll cage in and some of the sound deadening out and interior out. Looks like she's only gained about 50 kilos. From my stats before, it looks like we're on 13 and 11. Here we go. Well, that didn't last long. First lap out, and we've already pulled the belt off and torn the brand new belt. Looks like our tensioner has just run out of legs, being 200,000 kilometers old, I guess. No good. But luckily, the club's come to the rescue with lots of spare belts. This one's going to be 10 mil shorter, so hopefully that stays on. Fingers crossed. Shredded, absolutely shredded. Well, in the bin. To make it back out, got the belt on. Well, I got a little bit of a shorter belt on, which has solved the issue for now. So yeah, we're able to keep lapping. Car's going well, bit low on grip, but that's because of, I don't know, shit tyres and bit of power. But yeah, so we're still tracking, still going out. Dad's going to go for his third shot now, so hopefully we can start bringing the lap times down. Oh dear, ran out of brakes, ran out of talent, came straight off, and then it was super boggy, and the sound did its job. I was going to belt it too. Sorry everyone, got to be recovered. Well, another day at the track, running one. The cage install, pretty successful. I was a bit worried about hitting my head on the bars with the helmet on, and plus the little foam inserts I had to put in, but yeah, it looks like I had the perfect amount of clearance. And yeah, that wasn't an issue. Whether or not the roll cage stiffened the car and made me handle better, not really sure. It did feel like the car was easier to unsettle, I guess, and it broke traction a little bit easier. So you could say the whole car was so stiff that it rolled over a little bit quicker, and then the soft suspension lifted and came unstuck that way. Good day in the end. Did come off the track once, as you saw. Just a bit of a lack of talent and just under pressure from the supercharged VF behind me. So I was trying to keep in front of him on the last lap, but yeah, just came up a bit short. All in all, having a good wicked time with the VH, so great success. Not sure what the next stage is, but yeah, stay subscribed and you'll find out. See you on the next one.